Welcome back, guys. We're on day 14 out on the open waters of the North Atlantic, and it's no surprise that being hundreds of miles from the nearest land, where we're the most vulnerable, we're sure to encounter challenges navigating through rapidly changing weather conditions. It's the wee hours of the early morning on day 14, and we've just entered squall country. The thing about squalls coming at night is we can't see them coming in the dark. The winds suddenly increase from 11 knots to 20, and then right up to 27 knots in a matter of less than a minute, which means quick and constant adjustment of the sails. We do have radar on Jibsea, which is an instrument that can help us see the squalls coming, but we prefer to minimize our energy consumption, especially at nighttime when we're not getting solar to feed the battery bank.
And of course, after we're done reducing all our sails, the squall passes and we're back to what we were before. So we've got to let the sails out again.
The wind's reduced by more than half. Oh yeah, they're right low now. They're only at 11 to 12 knots of true.
If you've watched our Atlantic crossing series from the beginning, then you know that we had a slower start where everything was pretty chill and relaxed. But now, things are definitely picking up as we find ourselves in a full day of intermittent squalls. It's time to remain extra vigilant. Despite it being a little more work on watch, it's not horrible, because once the squall passes, we find solace in the beauty that surrounds us. The contrast between the dark, brooding clouds and the occasional burst of sunlight creates a dramatic backdrop against the vast, open sea. Moments later, all is calm and it's like nothing ever happened. Time to kick up the feet and relax. Until the next one, of course.
Another squall.
With the seas growing from 6 to 10 feet, we didn't bother throwing the fishing line out. And honestly, not much else went on besides us focusing on the conditions, which is why you'll see less of our faces and more ocean. If you enjoy wave action and seeing what it's really like out here, then this episode's especially for you.
Today's a spicy day on the water, and throughout last night too we had, constant squalls, so we're constantly adjusting sails, and I think today and tonight is going to be roughly about the same, and you can see them today. There's a squall behind us, there's a squall over here, kind of see it? Yeah, we're moving. 25 to 27 knots. We're on butt, +8. But I think we're actually going to squeeze right between both squalls here. The fun with squalls is they come with a heap ton of wind, so you have to reduce your sails so you don't overpower the boat, and you want to stay comfortable and safe feeling. But the moment they're gone, they take a lot of that wind with them, and now your sails can't stay full, and then the boat becomes really rocky and unstable, especially because the squalls bring obviously more wind, going to come with more wave. So then you got to take your reefs out. So it's real demanding, a lot of work. In the daytime, it's not bad, but you know, when you're really dead tired and through the night, you get a squall after squall after squall. Not many people are sleeping that night. Looks like we got sunny skies again for, I don't know, at least another hour, and then there's a wall of clouds up here I can see, so fun day.
One benefit of all the fresh rainwater is that Jibsea gets a quick deck rinse, because we all know how much Travis loves keeping Jibsea as salt-free as possible, especially when we've got waves like this splashing it all about.
Those are huge. Darn.
When the waves and swell are this big, we don't bother throwing the fishing line out. We just don't have an interest in trying to reel in a fish or process one underway in seas like this. But fortunately, we've got plenty of mahi-mahi from yesterday's catch, and somehow managed to bread some fillets and stick them in the oven with potatoes for dinner.
Whoa, those waves are huge!
The seas grow bigger, some reaching 12 feet high, which made for dinner and a show. With the varying winds and the larger sea state, it makes it virtually impossible to settle our sails, despite our best efforts in trying every which direction. It's going to be one of those sleepless nights with constant adjustments. A challenge not only for the person on watch adjusting the sails, but also for the one down below trying to get some sleep. Overnight squalls brought in rain and winds ranging from 6 to 30 knots, demanding on both of our watches. Hence, a late and groggy start to day 15. But we're happy to report the squalls have tapered off. The winds are continuing at 20 to 25 knots with seas of 8 to 10 feet high. Despite finding more of a groove with the waves, we both came down with another case of the blahs, spending day 15 feeling tired and just moving with the motions of the uncomfortable ride that continues. The mid-afternoon gets pretty hot and sticky feeling, so we pretty much just find our resting spots for the day. It's hard to describe, but when all we do is sit or lay down, it barely feels like we're resting, but more or less trying to stay as comfortable as possible during the continuous roll and pitchiness of the boat.
Well, we're coming into the night. Sun's just setting. Sea state's a bit big, but it's not bad. It's comfortable as long as the wind stays above 15 knots. We can kind of be pretty comfortable for the night, I think. Steph and I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. We're both feeling it in our heads today. It's a bit foggy, so much needed sleep. But I need to tell anybody out there right now, if this boat finds a groove tonight, I'll be sleeping on my night watch.
Oh, that's not a good idea. We can't believe what happens next. Hit the subscribe button because things get spicier in the next part of this series. Stay tuned.